Hello again. This is Lenny Izzo, and I would like to talk to you for a few minutes, maybe 8 or 10 minutes, about my upcoming workshop, the Transformation Initiative, Awakening the Soul's Journey. It will be at the end of the month, and I am offering this workshop for anyone who is looking for their next step, who is awake or awakening to a larger purpose and a larger vision for being here. It will specifically touch on some of the aspects of what I have discovered and am experiencing as to the struggle in the world. I do believe there is an active struggle in the world, which is a reflection of the active struggle in ourselves, whether it be the struggle and the challenge to acquire health, better health, the whole healthcare crisis, whether it be the struggle and the challenge as it comes through relationships, whether it be the struggle and the challenge of surviving in the world from a place of so much of our global community is in poverty, and so much of our global community is struggling with finance. And there's that small percentage of people who are financially free and financially stable, but that's not where the true struggle is. The true struggle is in our core value individually, really owning up to it, connecting with it, integrating the core value of who we are, and that's a spiritual value first, and then from there emerges our emotional value, our emotional body, our mental value, the quality and character of our thinking, and then translated into the quality and character of our actions. So from aligning with these core values, we can then discover who we are and why we're here. This is all part of a much larger context that if you're listening to this video, you are probably aware of. It's not just a 2,000-year cycle. It's not even just a 5,000-year cycle. It is a much larger and older cycle. And in this workshop, we'll go from the very large, the very large perspective of who we are as a grouping of people, a global grouping of people, a global community, and why we're here. And I'll put that into perspective as best I can, draw on some ancient knowledge that's been around for a while, handed down through thousands of years as to our storyline. And specifically in this weekend, it's to center that storyline, the larger perspective, into the very small perspective, and looking to focus on the one, each of us, and what your journey is about in relationship to the larger initiation. What's going on in this world? Are we just here to struggle on this planet, or is there a greater plan of salvation that's looking to act through each of us and through all of us? And I believe there is. You know, what I ask you to do if you're looking to attend this workshop is read the brochure, go to my website, lennyizzo.com. During this weekend, as always these days, I ask people not to believe completely what I offer, but I ask you to kind of suspend the information and look at it relative to your own experience. These are very exciting times, and they're very challenging times, and depending on where you are in that soul's journey for you will determine, you know, are you in a state of flux? Are you in a state of breakthrough? Are you in a state of breakdown? And you could be in any and all of those at one time. This workshop will start to really pinpoint some key information taken from a body of knowledge, you know, the mysteries, the hidden information. This isn't information you've gotten through your religious upbringing. It's certainly not information you're going to get through the education of the disease care system that we use. This is true health care information, how to take care of your health from the core level out, how to take care of your soul, how to take care of your emotional body, and understanding these different bodies in relationship to spiritual anatomy. We will definitely touch on that. I'll be looking to piece together two specific parts of the journey as I see it now. One is understanding the personality and the challenges that we have as an individual human, who we are what the roles are that we've grown up with, how those roles have challenged us, have helped us, have served us, and maybe how, not maybe, but how we transition and transcend beyond those roles. So we'll look at the journey of the personality in relationship to a deeper calling, a calling which comes from that still small voice and builds if we nurture it and culture it and really pay attention to that inner voice which says there's more, there's a greater adventure, and one must leave the security of the personality, the security of those roles that we've played in some way, shape, or form, to go beyond those limits, to go beyond that comfort zone, beyond the familiar, beyond the routine, beyond the security of the life that we've created. Because if you look closely at it and you look at the security of this world, there's only one place of security, and that's within our truest nature. That's the only security we have, to go deep into our nature as a spiritual being and our nature as a human being, and to bridge those two and to find out, who am I, why am I here, what am I here to do, how do I contribute to this one great plan. And it's a plan that in some way is evolving, in a very specific way, is evolving to a level of existence together that is co-creative, that we're here as co-creators. We're here looking to create our future. For each of us, there are challenges to that journey, I believe. And the challenges are exacerbated by the world that's outside ourselves, that does not support that journey. The man-made world, the mind-made world, our natural world does. So in this workshop, I will be introducing attunement, which is the most natural form of healing that I know and that I have discovered. We'll work specifically with the lifeline that moves through the endocrine system, and we will use this not as, in this workshop, not to teach you techniques so you can go out and be a hands-on healer, but we'll use it in a way to set the container for this workshop, to touch into that place of inner grace and peace and ease, so that we can come to remember who we are as greater beings than who we've been taught ourselves to be. We will also, from this place, touch into a part of our deepest shadow, just a piece of it, a part of the shadow, because in these shadow parts of the personality, the parts that I have fragmented off, that we all fragment off because of a wounded society, in those parts are pieces of our soul that we have to retrieve. And this is so much the journey of the personality. This is the new psychotherapy. This is the new trans-personal therapy, the spiritual psychotherapy, or psycho-spiritual therapy, however you bridge it together. And to understand the anatomy of the psyche as well as the anatomy of the body, because our true home for the soul is in our body. And this is the new paradigm of health. I will specifically cover in this weekend an aspect of where I believe the healing field is going, which is so much different than what we see in front of us. It is an evolution into an energy-based model that treats the human body from a place of frequency, from energy, from complete natural health care. And that's where we're evolving. To the new education, which is a soul's education, which helps you access the story of your soul, the information of your soul, and the force of your soul, the will of your soul. How does one do that? We haven't been taught how to do that, and that's an initiatory process. And ultimately, it's to lead each of us, myself included, into the world that we're here to embrace, committed completely to the soul's journey, so that by the time I leave, by the time each of us leaves, you can have accomplished your birthright for why you came in the first place. That is the culmination of the soul's journey, to live a life fulfilled, as Oliver Wendell Holmes says, to leave with no music still in you. So this is simply a 2-day workshop. It is a beginning point for some of you. It will be a beginning point of awareness for some of you. It's a continuation point for some of you. It's a supportive point. Read the brochure. If it resonates with you, and any part of this resonates with you, call me, speak to me. I'm here to see if this weekend is right for you. There's a lot that's out there, and there's a lot of good material, there's a lot of good information. Here's what I will guarantee you with this workshop. You attend this workshop, it's not going to be didactic. I'm not up there teaching you the wisdom of the ages. I'm up there sharing my experience with you, sharing my struggle with you, showing you what I've discovered and what I'm still discovering. Being accountable to my shadow as well as my light. I am not this exalted teacher up there that's going to impart wisdom to you. This will be a down and dirty, in the guts of the soul experience for 2 days. We will set the container, we will move into that container together, we will have an experience together, and we will move out. And when you move out, if you go through these 2 days with me, you will move out of that weekend with a renewed vision of who you are, where you're going, and specifically what your work is in order to get you to the next step. Is it healing your body? Is it going into a more of a healing process to really heal the issues in the tissues? Is it more of a transformational step that you're on, which you need as support to get to the next step? Or is it really embracing your leadership and taking hold of your future? And that's where the step is. It's really coaching you and getting the coaching you need from within and from without to really embrace why you're here and taking those steps. And it could be any and all of those. But I guarantee you, you will leave fulfilled for that moment. You will leave inspired, and you could leave with a huge opening of I don't know. However, I'm confident that I'm on my soul's path. So I invite you to join me in the Transformation Initiative. It is April 27th and I believe the 26th and 27th, the end of the month. It's the 27th and the 28th. It's the last weekend in April. Look at the brochure. If it's not right for you and you know someone in your world that you think will resonate with what this weekend is about, then please pass it on to them. Anybody who is attending this workshop will receive a complimentary bioresonance scan with the bioresonance technology, the energy technology that I believe is 10 years ahead of the curve. You can find that on my website at bioresonancehealing.com. It will give you direct insight to what's going on in your body, and it will be able to help you understand a crisis that potentially is going on 15 to 20 years before it happens. That is the new medicine. And so I am offering that as a way to support anybody who attends this workshop with me. It is a $250 value, and I value that work very much. It's healing work, but that's not exactly what the workshop is alone. This is about raising your consciousness to a level of awareness that helps you embrace who you are and why you're here and what you're here to do, and I look forward to doing that with you. So join me at the end of the month. If you have any questions, go to my website, lennyizzo.com. Until we meet again, or until my next video, or until that weekend. As we say in one of our traditions, Lakeche, which means I am yourself. Namaste, which many of you understand as the divinity in me, the light in me acknowledges the light in you. And as my older brother, the Colonel, taught me, keep the glue sticky. Just keep that glue sticky. Hold it together. This is so important during these times that we keep it together for ourselves and we keep it together for each other. We stay together in this process. None of us can get through this alone, and if any are bound, none are free. So join me for the Transformation Initiative, the first initiation, Awakening the Soul's Journey, the end of April. This is Lenny Izzo signing off. Look forward to talking with you soon. Bye-bye for now.